Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Football United TV. I'm your host, Charlotte, and this is my co-host, Matt.
How you doing?
Oh, what a day it has been.
Why?
I mean, I feel like it's just every day is just one of those days now, isn't it, really? Like, it really is. Like, you can't, it's just every day is one of those days now in lockdown.
It is, isn't it? And look, we're doing well, Charlotte. We're getting through it, aren't we?
Yeah, well, you've just got to stay positive and keep going. Like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. However slow it is, there is a light.
There is. And the light is the preview for your brand new show.
Oh, how exciting. I'm actually quite excited. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I literally am. Like, I can't deal with it.
To us, Charlotte, what's going on with your show?
So we're going to be bringing people on. It's basically going to be an interrogation on my behalf. I mean, I feel like questions seem too nice, so interrogation sounds more suited. But I feel like it's going to be an interrogation, and my first guest is obviously going to be Prime, and we are going to be talking all things Perlo.
Perlo or Fellow?
Not furlough, Perlo.
Got you.
No furlough. No. Don't want to hear that word again.
I had a
No.
polo this morning. It was very nice. Did you say polo?
Perlo.
Perlo. Oh, sorry. No.
Guys, I'd like to apologise. Matt's getting old now. Oh, God. But yeah, no. So we're going to be talking all things that, career highlights, career downfalls, retirements, where is he now, how he started his career, like where he trained, everything like that we are going to go into.
Sounds really good.
I'm going to interrogate Prime into everything Perlo, and it's going to be a great day.
It is. I can't wait to watch it myself as a fan as well, because I'm a fan of you, Charlotte. Do you know what I
mean? Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, God, there she goes, drinking a drink.
I mean, your jumper's really distracting. It's like so bright. It looks like someone's been sick on it.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks like you've been to like Trolls World, like in like the Trolls film, and a troll has spewed on you.
Just need to be like Mandy or Ecstasy at a concert, and then just look at my shirt. And
I was trying to be really nice about this, and you just bring the drugs in, like, yeah, Mandy, Ecstasy, we're all good.
Well, it is 9 o'clock, Charlotte. So we're off the watershed. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that one.
So, what are you looking forward to mostly about doing this new show, Charlotte? Like,
I like the fact that like it's not just like a live stream where like once you've seen it, it's there. Like, it is there for you to keep, and it's going to be about some real classic players. It's going to be all old school, like, and there are things that you can go back and watch. Like, we're going to be discussing there's going to be a lot of people coming on, and we're going to be talking about all things classic. So we're going to be talking old school players, your favorite players, anyone that, like, it could be even more than one player. We might even have more than one guest on. You never know. I could surprise you and bring on 2 guests. You never know. Depends how I'm feeling. It really does. But what I can tell you is that it's probably not going to be uneventful. There are always going to be eventful things when I'm involved.
It is. I'm looking forward to some of the guests that you're saying that you're going to get on as well.
Yeah, so we've got Prime on, first guest. I mean, we're going to have some good guests on, you know. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
What are you making of Chelsea at the moment? Let's talk a little bit about Chelsea. Let's talk a little bit about you and your team right now. I mean, you're facing, who are you facing in the FA Cup again? I can't remember now.
We're facing so Chelsea are facing Luton, and then which isn't a bad, like, I feel like we've really got an easy, and our 5th round isn't that bad. It's Norwich or someone else, but I can't remember. But we've got it really easy, like, we really have, like, whereas you guys are facing Liverpool, which may not be the easiest challenges. But to be fair, Liverpool have had some. They've not been the team that were last season where they wanted to win the Premier League. Like they've shown that they have weaknesses. Liverpool have.
Yeah, would you say that though? I mean, like they show it, but they're still top of the table, aren't they?
They can be top of the table, but by the end of the night, they may not be, because Man U might be. And that's the problem. Like, it's so easy for this Premier League season to go up and down. I don't know who's going to win. Like, you don't know who's going to be top of the Premier League next weekend. You just don't. And I think that makes it very daunting. And when Liverpool show weakness to lower side teams, that shows a weakness to me. And Liverpool have always been that, like, Liverpool and Man City have been those teams that look dangerous and don't show weaknesses, but Liverpool have shown weaknesses, whereas Man City look like they're coming back. Like, Man City look like they're ready to ramp it up a thing, like, and I personally could see Man City winning the Premier League. Genuinely could this. If they have such a good run to the end of the season and Liverpool have weaknesses, like, it all depends on the strongest team. And if you're not the strongest team, you're not going to win.
You got some comments there, Charles. Do you want to shout them out?
Yep, we've got Will. What's up, Will? Thanks for joining. We got my favourite, Laurie. Yes,
Will.
Laurie. And we got Landy. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, so people. But I mean, how do you think the Premier League? Who do you think is going to win?
Man United, surely, Charlotte. Laugh when you like trying to do a mustache at me.
No, I was trying not to spit my drink out.
Oh, right, that. I'm not in front of you, so just please do that. Put it all over your own camera. That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, but Bob said this last night. Bob was like saying how, like, oh, we're gonna win, like, and do you know what? I think it's gonna come back to haunt him, because, like, I'm not saying Man U aren't playing well. Not saying that at all. But this season is so uncertain. I don't think, like, you can be that definite that your team are going to win. Like, it's just not how it works.
No.
I don't know. I don't think anyone can call it, to be fair. We might have a 15-16 season where we're actually, like, really shocked.
How do you think Chelsea are going to do, though? You're asking me who's going to win the league. Like, I'm asking you, Charlotte, because...
Do you know what? I personally, Chelsea need to be finishing top 4. However, I have a gut feeling we're going to come like 7th or 8th. If we carry on like this play that we're playing, that's the problem I have, is that every league that's not the Premier League, like Champions League, we play all right in. FA Cup, we play all right in. Get to the Premier League and we're actually facing decent teams, shit hits the fan. It's like, oh, it's a big team, I can't deal with it. No, let me run. I don't think that's how it works, to be fair. Like, you're supposed to turn up every game. I don't care if it's Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League. I don't care what it is. You turn up and give 100%. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, I'm seeing like players not turn up for important matches. And the problem is, when other teams are dropping points, and we've had plenty of chances to go seconds or like take over players, like teams in that, we're not doing that. We're not taking advantage of people dropping points. Like, we could have got second when Liverpool dropped points, you guys dropped points, like Leicester City dropped points, and we didn't take advantage of it. And we're not taking advantage of key opportunities that actually we need to be doing, because that's the only way that you're going to get to the top, is by taking advantage. And if we can't do that, then I think we have a problem. But I was quite impressed with the team we had out in the FA Cup, if I'm really honest. I know it was against Morecambe, but I was impressed with how we worked. Like, it wasn't the worst And I would like to see Kante instead of Mount, but that's just personal opinion. But I mean, overall, I was like, I think if you bring Silva in, you bring Chilwell back in, like you've got a good team. Like I just want to see it put into motion now, and I'm not at the minute.
Well, the only motion you're seeing is Man United going to the top of the table. Should we invite him in? Oh, we will.
I've already invited Prime in. Ladies and gentlemen, my first ever guest is here today.
But he's not going to say anything about tomorrow or Thursday, are you, Prime?
Thursday.
Don't talk about Perlo. Anything else?
No. This is all like... Prime, where do you think Chelsea are going to finish? He's on mute, I think.
Prime.
Prime. We will come back to him in a minute.
You got a few more comments there, Charles.
We got football addiction. Respect. And we got Laurie. Having natural wingers definitely made a difference.
Yeah, would you agree with that, Charles?
I would agree. And that's the problem I have, is that we're relying on players again. We are having these natural wingers fit and healthy again, and it frustrates. Like, this is what frustrates me about Chelsea, is that we've seen it when we had that Eden Hazard era. Like, we relied on him completely. And now we're relying on wingers like Ziyech. And the minute Ziyech is better, everything's like, yeah, we're playing great, but we still have problems. Like, one game against Morecambe doesn't take away anything from me. The fact that when we play a top 6 team, I want to actually beat a top 6 team, which we haven't done. Like, we've drawn with someone, but we drew with Man U, but like we haven't actually beaten a top 6 team, which frustrates me, because we play so well against we play not great, but like we still play decent, and we're able to win against little teams. And like, we seem to all turn up for the little games. When it comes to the big games, it looks like the lights are on but no one's home. Like, it's frustrating.
So do you think that is the difference, the fact that you do so well, but it's only against the smaller teams, and the fact that you can't compete against bigger teams like Man City, Man United, maybe? I don't know. I think you're in the same bracket as Man United, but Liverpool, maybe even Leicester. Leicester are doing pretty well as well. Yeah. So,
Prime, where do you think Chelsea are going to finish this season?
Ooh, so professional. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Me professional. So where do you think they're going to finish, Prime?
Top 4. Top 4.
Fair enough. No. Do you think there's a possibility of us finishing not in the top 4?
Depends how we lie once we play Spurs.
That's a fair point, to be fair. Like,
actually, no, not Spurs. After Atletico Madrid.
Well, we have got Man U coming up next month on the 27th. 27th of February, play Man U.
We'll make that a Valentine's vlog, because we're gonna eat your heart.
I mean, to be fair, I don't particularly expect. Like, I mean, I would love for my team to turn up and beat you. I really would, because I know so many people that are Man U fans, and I can't deal with like the absolute banter that I've like probably given them all this season, and they're gonna rip me. Like, and but I feel like if we turn up, I mean, we have a chance. I think anyone has a chance. It just depends who turns up and how we turn up and how our team's laid out and how our formation is and what starting 11 actually goes out. Because I think that makes a complete difference. But I mean,
you're the host, Charlotte. You talk.
But I think it's going to be an interesting one. Prime, what do you think the score will be for Man U Chelsea?
Prime's gone again.
Prime
3-2.
Oh,
3-2 to
I
who?
don't know. 3-1.
To who?
No, 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1
3-1
Chelsea.
against United.
You know what? I think that's possible because if we have a good run of games, I think that might be a possibility.
Oh, because I think you guys are going to slip away. So
Yeah, I think the problem. Yeah, I know. I mean, we drew with you last time. It's not like you actually beat us. I know you did last season, but this season you haven't actually beaten us, and we were probably like we've played worse than we have last season. Like, and you still haven't been able to beat us. So, I mean, enough said. Like, it is a possibility that you actually lose to us. But I think Man U won't stay in the top 4 for long. I think you'll have a decline sooner or later. Matt, what do you think about that?
I think Man United will decline. That could be a possibility. I mean, we're only 0-0 at the moment against Aston Villa. This could be the one that takes us to the top. And yeah, I'm hearing feedback. I think it's me. Sorry.
But I feel like once you've reached the top, then it kind of there's only one way down. Like if you don't continue how you are, especially with the teams you've got surrounding you.
It's open. I've said it so many times. It's an open league at the moment. Like you never know what's going to happen. And the fact is, Man U are lucky to be where they are because they've had a very good fixture list. Actually, to be fair, you know what I mean. We've played some easy games in between times that have been tough, and I mean going out of the Champions League as well. Whether that's helped us or not, I'm not sure, but. I don't think it would end like this. I think it could be anyone's game right now. I look at it going from 1 to 12, depending on results from every club. It can really go either way. Like we could be 12th in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? You look back on Premier League in the history, like Man United were usually about 15, 20 points off by now, you know, off the top, you know, and still like for 6. And you're like, wow, okay, they're never going to win it. But it's tight now. It's tight right down to the bottom. So yeah, it's very open. It's very open, Charlotte. It really is.
No, I agree. I haven't particularly seen a season like this in a long time, and I think we need to make the most of the fact that this is probably going to be one of the most entertaining seasons of Premier League for a while. Like, I don't particularly think we're going to get another season like this again, because I think you'll have adapted to this kind of situation. Because you didn't particularly get a pre-season, and I think not having a pre-season does matter, and it's showing now at the fact that this Premier League is everywhere. Like, you've had Arsenal in 15th, like you've had people talk about relegation. Like, I don't. Prime, where do you think Arsenal are going to finish?
7th.
Chelsea going to finish 7th, Prime.
No, Arsenal.
Arsenal are going to finish lower than 7th, surely.
Where do you think they're going to finish?
Add a 1 onto that.
17th.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. No, look, they'll be below 10, I think. Depending on whether they get anybody in January, which it looks like they might do that. They might get a few players in, and that could help them. But if they don't, then I can't see form keeping up with Arsenal. I know they've won 4 on the bounce, but that's 3 in the Premier League and 1 in the FA Cup, and that was after extra time. And Arsenal played very badly against Newcastle, so I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even want to put a bet on anybody winning it at the moment. Actually, I would. Sheffield United. What do you reckon?
Oh my god, how to lose your money in like stupid ways. Sponsored by Matt. Oh my god. No, Yeah, I think the bottom three right now are the ones that will get relegated this season. I don't think that's going to change. I don't think anything else. I think the bottom three are going to get relegated. The top four for the Champions League I can't call right now. I personally think top four finish for Champions League qualifying next season. Man City 1, Liverpool 2, and I think with the Man City and Liverpool, it will be. I can see it maybe a couple of points between them, and I think Man City will take it. And then I could maybe see Leicester. Leicester, I could see Man U as well. Like, I don't personally think Chelsea are going to get top four. However much I want them to get top four, and I'm praying that I'm wrong, but I don't know if we continue to play this. Like Laurie said, highest 6th, lowest 10th. I think 6th you're reaching, Laurie. I really do. Like 8th. 8th is the lowest. 8th is the like highest you're going to get, and 17th for Matt is the lowest. That's what Matt says. Matt's words, not mine. He has said that
it could get that bad. It could get that bad.
I mean, it depends how they come back from it, to be honest. Like it really does.
Man United could go, or Chelsea, anybody else could get dropped out of the top 10 easily within a couple of games. It's that close. You wouldn't have seen that a year or two ago. You wouldn't have seen people in 8th position going to 15th in the space of a week or so. Do you know what I mean? It was far stretched back then, but I just now, like, I can't tell, and that's why I love it, Charlotte. I think the season's so interesting.
It is. It's so intense. Like, it really is. Lanzi says that Arsenal will be mid-table, which is it like higher mid-table or lower mid-table? Matt seems to think lower mid-table.
Well, that would be mid, would it?
And Laurie says that is through gritted teeth. So he's not too confident on his team, you know? I mean...
Why is that, Laurie? You comment again and tell us why. Like, I want to know why you're gritting your teeth about that as an Arsenal fan. Sorry, Charlotte, please continue.
Yeah, no, I do kind of want to know why, like, you're gritting your teeth, because if there is rumor that you're signing a player, like, what's the gritted teeth? Like, is there no comeback this season, or can you come back but it will just be too late? Let us know, Laurie. Let us know. We do want to know.
If Big Gunner's there, come back on, mate. I know you was there earlier. I don't know where you left, but
yeah, like even Laurie, if you want the link, we can send you the link for you to grab you on. Have your opinions on Arsenal, but I mean, this is an interesting season. It really is. Like, even every game takes me by surprise, because look at the Aston Villa 7-2 to Liverpool. Did you expect that? No. Did you enjoy every minute of it? Everyone did. Everyone that wasn't a Liverpool fan enjoyed every minute of it. And look who has joined the show. Bits and Bobs. Yes, mates.
We were both watching earlier bits. Brilliant.
Yeah. Just to clarify, Bits and Bobs did an amazing show with Mel regarding racism, and anyone that hasn't watched it needs to go and watch it, because it is so educational and we all need to be educated. So go watch it.
Yeah, it was good. You need to understand how people feel and what they've had to go through in their life, and I think that's like what Bits has been doing on his show as well, like with his uncle. He knows how much I love his interview with his uncle. That was amazing. A sir as well. Like, salute.
Oh, legend.
Yeah, mate. Like, I loved it with Mel as well. It was really good. And
yeah, really good.
I didn't really. It brought a lot of things to life for me. You know what I mean? Like, I like how you look at things, and then someone tells you, actually, I'm this and that, and you're like, okay. Like, I never would have thought that, but that's the whole point. You don't, it's not about thinking things. It's about learning and understanding and asking and trying to find out. So, mate, bits and bobs, man. That was
Yeah, Bits and Bobs is on fire at the minute, you know, like. And Bits and Bobs said, "Wouldn't miss this for the world, guys." Thank you, appreciate that.
Charlotte.
I'm just literally being attacked by my dog.
There you go.
Hi.
No, don't get away from it. It's not good for you, this YouTube. Trust me.
The dog's like, these people around you, like, no. Okay, I'm just deleting post now for my dog. It's delightful.
At least you got a dog to lean to. I've got a pillow. That's about it.
At least you have a pillow. Some people don't have a pillow.
Look at you. Look at your pillows you got behind you there. Jesus.
Bits and Bobs.
Sharon,
Love you all. Real talk. I learn from you all. Respect, Bobs.
Love you too, Bobs. We basically wanted to do this show, didn't we, Charlotte? Because we wanted to give a preview of her show
of what's to come
on Thursday.
Because let me tell you, Thursday's show is going to be amazing. It really is.
Trying to like when you want to teach your little girl or boy how to ride a bike, and you know stabilizers are on. The stabilizers are on right now with Charlotte, but I'm pretty sure she can take them right off right now because she's acing it at the moment.
Laurie said, "I don't see anything in this team that oozes confidence to put in a performance every game. We aren't scoring enough, plus 1 or 2 injuries, and we are screwed. We don't have enough quality in our squad." That is a fair point. You know, I mean, the confidence is definitely hit. If you look at Aubameyang, like what's happened to him, like Obama who, like the man. About who? About what? Like, I mean, the man is not on point. Now, and I get that teams can have the players can have bad seasons. I'm not saying that, but the man, Aubameyang looks deflated. He looks genuinely deflated. Like Martinelli and Saka are probably the 2 players that look decent. And God help you if Leno gets injured, because then you've got that. Who's the young goalkeeper you've got? Oh, God, he's awful. Oh, I can't. That's going to be a disaster if that happens. But, yeah, no, I think your team is going to struggle. Do you agree, Matt?
Like I said, if they get some players in Charlotte, then they should be all right. Do you know what I mean? I think Arsenal will be okay. But
what about the confidence of the players? Because does getting new players then shrink on the fact that they don't have enough confidence to do it themselves, so they've had to go get someone else? Like they've had to go buy the players because this team is not giving them the confidence and the strength that they need. Does that not kick on your confidence even more that someone else has been brought in to take your place?
Well, I think all the confidence came from beating Chelsea, did it not?
But my question is, what happens if they lose again? Like, does the confidence just go?
Not necessarily. It depends who it's to, and it depends like how they feel about the loss, whether they played their best and unlucky, or they were tactically outbeaten. Like you can. They're going to lose at some point. You're on a run of Arsenal are on the run of 4 games in a row they've won,
and they have to lose at some point. They do.
You've got to lose at some point. You look at Man United when they were on that run of with Ole when he first came into Man United. It was an amazing run, the best that Man United have ever done. You know, like in the classic books and the record books. But it didn't keep up, did it? And we dropped form and we lost, and then Ole was going to be out. So things can change very, very quickly. It depends on the Arsenal players whether they want to keep it up. It depends on the players they get in. Can it rejuvenate the team? If they bring in some good players, we hear that Ozil might be on his way out to.
Yeah, no, there's rumours about that. Yeah.
If Arsenal get relegated.
Did you just say you hope Arsenal get relegated?
I said if Arsenal get relegated, oh my God.
What are you going to do if they do? Please do something.
I might get arrested.
Oh, Prime.
Well, it's easily done at the moment, isn't it, with the coronavirus, Prime? You know what I mean? We can just look out your window right now and you get arrested. But
Right, Matt, I've got a question for you. Man United Burnley 0-0. We're at the 60th minute now. How do you feel about that?
top of the table. I don't know. Like not
Is it no? But how do you feel about the fact that you're gonna go, like, if it does end 0-0, you're gonna go top of the league. You're gonna go top of the league by 1 point instead of against Burnley that you should have taken the 3 points. Even we've beaten Burnley. Come on, man.
Should have, but you didn't beat Arsenal, nor did we.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nor did we.
Shame.
I'm with
Right.
Prime, you trying to say
Matt is-
something?
He can hear him, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear. It's very crackly. But while we're on it, Bits and Bobs has said you are a great teacher.
Would you agree after that? Trying to sort StreamYard out, Charles? I don't know.
I mean, just to clarify, Bits and Bobs, please, whatever you've taught him, teach him again, because it took us a long time. I think it took us like half an hour to actually figure it out.
Well, Prime's on another one, so let's try this Prime.
Hello, Prime, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
That's perfect. So carry on what you were saying, Prime.
Matt's first results were top of the league. That's so shameless.
Did you get any of that, Charlotte?
Spurs were top of the league, and that's about it.
No, my point is, Matt, do you actually think United will win the league this season?
Oh, I got that. It is kind of wavy, Prime. I did put my hearing aids
Do you
in.
think United will win the league this season?
Yeah. They got a better chance than they ever have since Alex Ferguson left. Definitely. Like, that's all I can say. Like, to be realistic, Prime. Chelsea could win it. Honestly, like Chelsea could. Leicester could. Honestly,
I think it's such one of those seasons, though.
no. Anyone could right now. I'm going to say Man United.
I'd just like to clarify before anyone comes at me. I have not said that Chelsea are going to win. I said it's a possibility, not
Absolutely, yeah.
controlled.
Prime is.
But then I think it's a possibility for anyone to win.
What do you think, Prime? Like, do you think Chelsea could win it? I think he's having.
No, Lampard won't win this league this season.
I don't think we will, but it's a possibility, like with everybody.
You think Liverpool, Prime
should win the league? Yes.
I think Man City will take it.
They should win at Liverpool. Yeah.
I just have a gut feeling that Man City will. You know. Who do you think between City and Liverpool, Matt?
Oh, for God's sake. That's a horrible question for me.
Why?
It's like saying to a Chelsea fan, who do you think will win it, Arsenal or Spurs?
Not answering neither of them.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, I'm asking you this question, so the people want to know.
I'd prefer Man City to win it. I'd prefer. I'm not saying who I want to win.
Just to clarify, a Man United fan is saying Man City should win. That is beautiful.
I have to. Why would I want Liverpool to reach the same level of league titles as we have? I would not want that. And they could do that this year. I do not want that. Man City
I didn't realise that, but now I do want that.
Right. You get me. Right. I'm not I would rather see Man City just lift another league title and be nowhere near, other than Liverpool lifting another one and getting, is it 20? Is it 20 or 20? It is 20. It would be 20, wouldn't it?
Oh my God.
They'd be equal. They'd be equal on league levels with Man United if they win this year. Yeah.
That'd be embarrassing for United.
Not really. Not embarrassing, because we won them all like in a very small amount of time. And including Liverpool, to be fair, they won all theirs in the
No,
70s.
isn't that because when was the last time that Man U won the Premier League? It's 8, 9 years ago.
13, 7
Isn't
years.
it? I thought,
No,
yeah, so
last
7,
season.
so 7 years ago. That's
7
a long.
8 years to this April. May time.
Ladies and gentlemen, good old Laurie here.
Get Laurie in as well. Where is he?
Yeah, Laurie, come on, please. Yeah, definitely. Oh,
How are you
man.
feeling about your first vlog, Charlotte?
I know. I've made it through this far. Like,
Got to thank Prime. Actually, he told me how to do it, and I didn't look back on the messages. I was just like,
thanks,
I know.
Prime.
Thank you, Prime. He did actually. I asked you. I didn't ask anybody else. I was like, Prime, how do this? And you were like, oh look.
When you think about it,
Yeah, but Prime is literally on every
think about
stream.
it.
So he knows it.
Go on, Prime.
When you think about it, everyone owes me their career.
Hey, I got you on that boat, mate. Come on. Yeah, I do. I owe you a lot. There's no doubt about that. I'm not even lying right now.
Yeah, no. Prime is literally the reason why I am on this. Like, I'm doing streaming. Prime is literally everywhere at the minute. So basically, like every time I'm on YouTube, I'm like, oh look, there's Prime. Then I go onto another YouTube channel. Oh, there's Prime again. Like he's doing like 2 streams at once, like just casually doing a 2-in-1. Although I seem to be seeing you a lot everywhere as well. Like
Who?
you.
Me? I don't go anywhere. No one asked me on their shows. I never do anybody else's shows,
You're
really.
on Stephen's show.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that it was on Stephen's show. You're welcome.
Good thing about it, I've you know, do you know what? I remember meeting Prime. Where was I on? Do you know where I met you, Prime? I've realised now. There was an Arsenal lad. I think he was like teenager, and we went on his channel, and what he asked me to come on it, and you were there, and I was like, Prime from like, the Football Terraces on this stream. Okay, cool, take that. I can't remember his name, mate. Can you remember who he was?
Prime has muted you.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Is he a young lad, black afro-ish sort of hair, Arsenal fan, probably around about 15, I think he was.
Oh, TJ
Guna. Yeah, that's where I met you, mate. And then I was like, Prime, come and do something with us. And he was like, yeah, cool. Mate, I was so shocked. No, sorry, I was starstruck. I was in the waiting room. I was in the waiting room. I saw Prime in the waiting room, and I was like, what's going on here? Prime, you've been on Football Terrace quite a lot, and I was like, what are you doing here, man? Like, do you know what I mean? And it was just, yeah, it was cool. From that day on, man, like it's been such a pleasure to know you, man. Like, yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure Charlotte the same too.
Absolutely, definitely do. Like it's yeah, I've known Prime for so long now. Like I forget how long I've known Prime for. Like we've been friends for like nearly 4 years now.
4 years.
Nearly 4 years, and I didn't realize it was that long until I checked back. I was like, bloody hell! Like Prime has tolerated me for this long. Like.
Sorry, you.
He pardon?
He's commented.
Yeah, no, I've already sent the link to. Yeah, I'm already on it. I am already on it. I'm hoping I've sent him the right link, otherwise I'm absolutely in trouble.
What other subjects you got for us, Charlotte? What do you want to ask?
So, I don't want to give anything away because obviously any questions I have for Prime are all about for Thursday, so we won't. So, okay, who do you think's going to win the Champions League this year?
Dear.
I went there. Who do you think's going to win?
Juventus. It looks primed for Ronaldo.
Oh, that is a good call, you know.
Bayern are not that. Defense is so shaky. Bayern.
What about Bayern Munich? Any cast? No. Okay.
Bayern defense is too shaky.
Who do you think is going to be in the final with you, Juventus? Then
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I can kind of see that too. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Laurie joining us.
What's going on, people?
Yes, Laurie.
Yes,
How
Laurie.
you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. A little bit tired. I had college, so it just drained to the soul out of me.
Laurie next to depressed Arsenal fan.
I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm just over mediocrity. There's nothing to be depressed about that.
You're just being honest about your team now.
Yeah, I've been honest for like the last 16 years. When I look back at some of my old Facebook memories, oh my god, I didn't realize that's how much I moaned about Arsenal. I'm telling you, I could write a novel with the amount of complaints about my team.
Laurie, I see you on Stevens, man. Like that guy, Steven does rant about his team a little bit, but he loves to give it.
Yeah. No, he's a good lad, man. He's a good lad. I don't know if anyone caught his show earlier about liver awareness and that. It was a very good show. He did open up a lot about his problems and what he has to deal with.
Oh, mate.
He's a good fella. I mean, one thing I do like about all these smaller channels is being part of the growth and going on the journey with all of you lot as well. Because again, like the lockdown has definitely made some new friends in there. I like the banter, and it's just networking with other people as well.
Sorry, we just scored.
We've got another guest coming in.
Pogba.
I am not impressed. It was Pogba. I'm really not impressed. I have just been sat here being miserable because Pogba's scored and I'm unimpressed. All I've got to say is, come on, Burnley. I just won a 1-1 draw. Make me feel so much better about my life. And even, Laurie, I'll even make you feel better that Manchester United can't beat Burnley. That's got to make you feel better, has it not?
We are beating them.
Certified at the moment. Matt is certified now.
Oh, dear Lord.
But we got Liverpool, haven't we? And that's a very big game.
But the thing about the season for you lot, one thing I have noticed is you've had a season where you've definitely played very crap in a lot of games, but you're getting over the line. And I've said it several times. There are certain teams that would love to be in your lot's position right now. And I think the reason why Ollie gets a lot of criticism is because, yes, he's at the top. A lot of people don't think he's good enough for the job, but he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and he's got Man United fighting for a league championship at the moment. So I don't see why there's so much negativity around him, other than the fact that he's not playing the football that everyone wants to see. Aside from that, what's he doing wrong, really and truly?
But I feel like when you're surrounded by players that don't play up to that kind of standard, and I'm not saying this in a harsh way, but the man's won a World Cup. Like, I mean, it's hard to compete when you have people like McTominay, like who realistically he shits. I'm not even going to deny that. Like, yeah, you're playing with players that are lesser down the league than you. Like, I'm not saying they're shit, but when you win a World Cup and you play with players like France, there's a different level, and then you come back to this, that is going to affect your how you play, because you have to play differently, because you're not playing with that kind of quality or standard. You're playing with a lesser standard that you then have to adapt to, and that's not going to be perfect. It's really not. But I mean,
would you agree
It's
with
like
that, Laurie?
it's like I can see definitely where Charles coming from, because it is kind of like going to work. You're on some sort of training thing, and you're training with the best people, and then you just go back to your standard 9 to 5, and you're back with the team that wasn't really doing anything in the first place. So I kind of get her point there, but then it comes back to the problem in the market that you don't get is people see Man United and they know they can shaft them. I mean, not as much as they do to us in terms of we get shafted with wages, you get shafted with the salary that you got to pay for the player, and he's not even an elite player. I think that's one thing that kind of separates us from you lot, because let's face it, we both do get average players sometimes, but as I said, you lot definitely get the worst of the brunt in terms of what you've paid for the player, but then we get it with the salary, and then some of the decisions are just ridiculous. I mean, today Rob Holding got a contract extension. I can't believe that.
yeah, I'm confused.
And
at that,
and
to be fair.
and there's people praising it. There's
What is he
people actually.
Oh yeah, is he serving tea at the stands, or what's he doing, man? Like, for that money?
Who knows? But he actually got a contract extension, and then you had people like Ian Wright actually congratulating him and getting really excited about it. And I'm like, wow, have we really dropped our levels that much that subpar players are something to celebrate? It's just unbelievable. And then what? Who's next? They're going to give Luis another year? Who knows with this team?
Yeah, what do you make of that? The fact that Arsenal are bringing in so many Brazilians as well, and it always seems to be from Chelsea, doesn't it? You know, or vice versa. You give Giroud to Chelsea, you take a few back. You know, like what is?
Yeah, I didn't understand the Giroud one. I mean, he doesn't start week in week out for Chelsea. That was the main reason he left us. But he is someone that definitely fits the style of play that our Arteta likes to play. So, but at the same time, yes, he's knocking on a bit, and he's not always going to be a first team player. But I don't know. But as far as the Brazilians going that we're getting, we're getting them past their prime. We're not making the right signings, and it's frustrating as hell when there are young players and hungry players out there that would want to play for the team, and you know that there'll be a difference if they was in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it is through gritted teeth. I think 6th would be the best we can do. But where we are now, 8th to 10th, is more realistic. I can't see us getting any better. We're almost like we're back where we started before Wenger took over for us. Because if you look at the history books, Arsenal was literally a cup team that didn't do so great in the league. Wenger came in, won a few trophies, won a few championships, and now we're back at that level where we've just become a cup team that doesn't do so great in the league, and it's frustrating as hell.
Do you think you'll do better in the Europa League, Laurie? Do you think Arsenal got a better chance this season than they have ever before? Because obviously you've made finals and semi-finals and you never quite reached the pinnacle. And it's harder, isn't it, in the Europa League this season as well? Because you've got Man United, you've got Tottenham in there as well, you've got Leicester in there as well. And yeah, it looks like it actually could be a very good Europa League knockout stage this season. What do you make of it?
I'm on the fence, because whilst I'd like us to do well, do I really want to see us in the Champions League being cannon fodder for everyone else?
Yes.
I don't know.
I do. Even Man United, we were cannon fodder. We didn't even think we were cannon fodder, but we ended up being cannon fodder. we started off okay. We were the ones
Yeah.
in the good ones, and then we got slaughtered at the end of it, the second half of the group stage. So I'll take that because we made money out of it anyway. What the Glaziers did. Actually, Laurie, I'm going to take all that back. You're right. Let's not make the club money because the board owners want to make that money, don't they? They want to make that money. If we get to the group stages of the Champions League, we'll make this amount of money. You know what I mean? And it's all going to go in their pockets. So, yeah, just dump us out as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean, until we upgrade, I don't want to be anywhere near a Champions League. It'd be nice to be in there, but at the same time, we need to upgrade the players that we have. And who knows when that's going to happen, really. It's just the same cycle over and over again. You're getting linked to kids, or you're getting linked to has-beens. Kids, has-beens, kids, has-beens, kids, has-beens. Same thing happens all the time. And then you'll get one good player, and the good player's not protected.
Yeah. What about you, Charlotte, and Chelsea getting the Champions League? We did say about this a little bit earlier, but
I think the problem you have is that I think Chelsea will lose to Atletico Madrid. I don't think we're going to get any further than that. I mean, I don't particularly think we have the squad or the depth to actually beat them. But I think it could be a good thing us coming out the Champions League because I think then we have more time to focus on the FA Cup and the Premier League. Like we're not just struggling with like a balance of like all three. We're gonna have less matches, like less. Well, we're not gonna have the Champions League, so we're gonna have breaks.
Do you think he'll give them? Sorry, go on.
I think it's going to give us time to recuperate. Yeah. I really believe that. I think it's going to give us time to rest. And I'm not saying it's going to make a difference. I'm not saying that at all. Like, the difference needs to be done when those players get on that pitch. And there's nothing that anyone can do. Like, when those players get on the pitch, you have to turn up and show up. Like, and if you can't do that, then we have an issue. But, I mean, I'm hoping that I think we'll look out the Champions League. And I think, I mean, there's a possibility we could win the FA Cup because the next two rounds we've got are decent. Like, they're not hard rounds. Like, we've got it quite easy. Like, but I think if I think we could win the FA Cup personally. I'm not saying we will. I'm just saying I think we could. Like, well, if we get fifth round, like, we've only got a couple more to go before we win it. Like, it's not impossible. Premier League, I think we won't win.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like my arms have been chopped off?
Yeah,
it does.
It does. It looks really creepy. Like, you look like a troll spewed on you.
Are you that cold?
Holy grail!
It's his new hoodie, and he's like obsessed with it. He's like, "Oh my god, my new hoodie! Have you seen my new hoodie? Oh my god, check my new hoodie out!" Like, oh my god, I've heard about this hoodie all afternoon.
Right. I'm representing Freshers now, right? From straight out of New York. Okay, where's the badge? There you go.
Oh my god, you don't even know what the.
Because the camera's like different from like.
Oh my god!
There, it's there.
Oh my god! Like, I cannot deal with you.
Yeah, Charles, another question for you. What do you think is missing from your team? Why they're not gelling together? And I know a lot of people say it's Lampard tactics.
A new manager.
Okay.
All right, Prime. Like, new manager it is. I think you have several. I think you have several issues, if I'm personally honest. One of them being we are relying on players again. Like, we're relying on wingers. Like, this is not how we roll. Like, we have players capable of playing on the wing that aren't like Ziyech. Like, we're relying on Ziyech, period, end of. Yeah, we are. Like, I can see this happening all over again. Like, because we relied on Hazard, and I'm not comparing Hazard and Ziyech. I'm just saying the similarities between players being relied on, which is an issue for me because I don't think any player should be relied on. I think every player should have a crucial part to play in this team and give 100% no matter what. I think, do you know what? I think we've got to remember, like, we've had players from the Bundesliga and it takes a minute to get used to them, but I don't know, like, some of the players look like they don't want to play for Frank, but then in some matches they look like they don't want to play for Frank, but then in other matches they turn up. Like it confuses me, like, it really does. Like, if you look at the Man City game, after the second goal, it looked like they'd gone home. Like everyone didn't want to be on that pitch. But if you look at the Morecambe game, we turned out like the players actually had the lights on and there was someone home. Like they were ready to play. Like I know it's a small team, but this is my problem. Like we haven't had a top 6 win. We've had a draw. We haven't had a win. Like, and that's an issue for me because we can't beat a top 6 team right now. And that's sad to say. Oh, it's
And
frustrating.
Prime, you think it's just the manager? You don't think it's anything else, Prime? Are you there, Prime?
Oh no, I was joking. Charlotte was spot on there. I was just joking. Scarlett.
Scarlett.
But I mean, Laurie, what do you think? Laurie, what do you think could change your team? Like, what do you think changes? Like, do you need a new manager, or do you need certain new players in your team? Do you need to have a clear out? Like, what is it?
Laurie, a new board.
The thing is, yeah, America,
Well,
fuck American owners, man. Fuck American
you
owners.
need a new board first, but you know.
Yeah, definitely that. But in terms of the problem with getting new players in, the Achilles heel we have is we'll get a new player, but will they necessarily get played in their natural position? That's where it becomes debatable. Because you do find a lot of the time we look for this player, we look for that player, or we've got players in the team and they're not getting played where they feel they perform at their best. I mean, yes, he's been crap for the whole season, Willian, but you lot as Chelsea fans would know what his best position is. And I haven't seen him do anything that's made me say, wow, he should be part of the team. Everyone thought he was coming in as a backup, but no, he's coming in, he's regularly played, hasn't done anything. But as I said, you lot would know where he plays well. And then you could say the same thing for Pepe. Pepe's not been worth the money that we paid for him. And again, I don't know what his best position is because, yes, whilst I've got the French league, I don't really pay attention to it. There's nothing to watch in leagues up. We're biased to our own league because the Premiership is exciting, hard hitting, whatever. And unless you talk to people that are really dedicated to football in the sense that they will watch other leagues, then they will know and they can tell you what players are. Getting my teeth muddled up. When they see certain players, they can tell you their best positions because, again, you've got that debate with Havertz and Werner. They're not necessarily getting played in their best positions, and the 1 or 2 times Werner has been put in his favoured position, he hasn't been backed up, so it's like he has to do it by himself. So it is quite crazy. But in terms of us, yeah, I would like to see new players come into the team. Whether or not they're going to get to do what they do in other teams, that's where the big debate comes in. Because let's face it, we both know, all 3 of us can say we know that Ollie's here at least till the end of the season, if not beyond. Same with Lampard, same with Arteta. None of them are going, as much as we would want them out, none of them are going before the end of the season.
Do you know what? I think the problem I have is that Arteta is probably struggling the most. Not because like he can't do his job, but because he's not getting the backup and he doesn't, it looks like the players don't particularly have any confidence. Like they look dreary, like, and yes, you're winning 4 games, but that doesn't take away from the problems. You can win 4 games. Like it doesn't take away that you're bandaging up the problems again.
Yeah.
And even as a player, he didn't win much. He wasn't a Spanish international, so he's not a natural leader. Yes, he was captain of our team for a while and captain of Everton, but those are probably his biggest achievements outside of an FA Cup. So how can that be someone be put into such a big, high-pressure job?
Prime's coming in here.
Trust me, captaining Arsenal's not an achievement. I could do that.
That says it all. Nothing against you. I'm not saying you're a crap player, but that says it does get passed around like a raffle. I think everyone's been captain for us this season.
Yeah, when you
except for the person.
captain, you're like, wow, okay, things are. The guy throws his armband off and like shouts at the crowd, and then he's been captain since then, hasn't he?
Well, I think it's Abu at the moment when he's fit, but he doesn't look like a leader, and he's not leading the team anyway. The
No.
person that should have the captaincy is not going to get it anytime soon,
Nah.
and we all know it's Tierney.
Why?
I mean, Matt, how do you feel about the fact that you had McTominay as your captain?
He's not captain worthy. He's not. I don't think he should be captain, but like,
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like, I still support the team, and hopefully, if someone's been given that opportunity, then they can take it on board and sort of, I guess, it might make them better as a player, maybe, if they sort of see they've been represented as a captain. But then I don't think Maguire's a captain either, to be fair. I don't want to see Maguire as captain, especially after.
Maguire's never been a captain to me. Like, I don't get why he was given the band.
So who is at Chelsea then at the moment?
We've got Aspilicueta.
Do you think he should be? I think move it on.
Do you know what? I don't not rate him as a captain. He does have that kind of leadership where people actually listen to him when you see him on the pitch and he's speaking. People actually listen, and that kind of quality. I'm not saying he's the best player, but he's not a bad player. But people listen to him, and if you've got that kind of leadership on the pitch, I respect that, and I'm not going to take that away. But I mean, Silva wouldn't be a bad captain either, because you see Thiago Silva on his Instagram, you see he's working on all the tactics and the all these positions and everything, and he's doing all this homework on the team. And I just think that he's also a good captain material,
Yeah.
Because if you're doing that much work outside when you're not playing, that I have respect for. But Laurie, who would you choose to be captain if you could, in your team?
Wow, it's difficult.
It really is.
The passion.
Who would you choose?
For the passion that he shows and the fight that he puts in for the team, it would have to be Tierney for me.
What about Martinelli?
I'd make him vice.
I'm just asking.
Martinelli.
I know. I'm just asking about the best players on the pitch and whether they would make. I want to know if the best players on your pitch would make leadership, or you need to bring someone who's not the best out. Would you make someone who's not as good player?
It's difficult. I mean, granted, he had a lot of injuries, and it took him a while to settle in with Tierney. But he's the only one that you see every game shouting and fighting for that badge. You don't really see it with a lot of the other players, and the energy doesn't seem to be there. And the energy, when it is there, is for the wrong reasons. When someone's getting sent off, you'll see passion then, and that's too late. You need the passion and the fight and the hunger whilst you're on the pitch. You need someone to get players by the scruff of their neck and be like, what are you doing? Yes. Imagine going from people like Tony Adams, Vieira, Sol Campbell, natural leaders, and now we haven't got one in the team. It's crazy. And you lot can say the same thing. Have you really had an outstanding captain since Terry's left? I don't think so.
Nor of Man United.
No. Just to clarify, never going to debate this. John Terry is the best captain, one of the best captains we've ever had. The man ruled the roost.
Charlotte.
Pardon?
Better than Dennis Wise, Charlotte.
I have to say yes. The man really, however much I love Dennis Wise,
Wow.
John Terry, he really did. John Terry captured that back room. He literally captured every member of the team, and they listened to him. So, whatever you say about him, the man was a good captain, and he's one of the best we've had. And I think enough said about him. He was a great captain. I don't personally think Chelsea are going to get another captain like that anytime soon, or maybe even again.
nothing to do with Wayne Bridge, no. Like, what sort
No
of captain
comment.
is that? Eh? What sort of captain is that?
Ugh.
What about you lot though? Would you say you've got a natural captain in your team at the moment?
Absolutely, mate. We haven't had one since. Who would be a good captain for us after Alex Ferguson? Do you know what? Ander Herrera would have been a good one. He did play very well for Man United, and he was really upset to leave. And he was the only player that I think that we've bought in the last 7 years that actually showed the DNA sort of thing about him. You know what I mean? I can't see that there is any other player at Man United at the moment that deserves to get it. I don't think Maguire should have the captaincy. I don't think Shaw
That
should
was
have.
a strange one.
Bruno maybe should be.
Yeah, I don't think Maguire's good captain material. I think he's quite hot-headed, and when something doesn't go his way, like he does switch like that and is very hot-headed, and I think that's a problem. Oh, you've got Martial limping off the pitch. That doesn't look good.
Top of the league. Some of that. Do you want to wrap it up then Charlotte? Seeing as
Yes, let us wrap it up. Let us do socials. Laurie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Laurie Nix with 2 X's. A week in, already up to nearly 30 followers, but yeah, you get your bants from me, get your life inspiring messages, get a bit of wrestling, a bit of music, a bit of everything really. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Laurie Nix XX.
Guys, go follow Laurie immediately. Prime, where can people find you? Prime, where can people find you?
On Twitter. You get notified whatever or whenever I do something. I'll be here on Thursday.
Yes,
Thursday.
right.
Whenever I can. Arsenal fans. Whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Matt, where can people find you?
Here.
On
Yeah.
Twitter and Instagram.
Football United TV, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and please follow, subscribe, like, and support this person here, Charlotte. We're starting our own show on Thursday. Before we go, Charlotte, just give everybody a sort of brief introduction of what's going to happen on Thursday and for the future.
So every Thursday at 7 p.m, we're going to have a show. And we're going to have guests. We might have 1 guest, might have 2 guests, might have 3 guests. I don't know. I'm pushing the boundaries out here. I have no idea. All I know is that we are going to be talking classic players, retired players, old school players. There is going to be highlights. There is going to be real lows. We're going to be talking about how footballers came into this career, like how they started, where they trained. Any bad parts of their life are always going to be brought up. But it's going to be a classic roundup, and it's going to be very good. So come watch it on Thursday at 7.
It's your show.
And that's all we have to say, guys.
And I'll be there as well. So.
Prime will be there. Woo!
Yeah, Prime will be there. Prime is going to be my first guest.
Grill him. Put him on the barbecue.
Laurie, you were supposed to do that and you failed.
Why are we deflecting this back to me?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching.